10 episodes ago, this podcast was just a dream
Tonight we're chasing open roads and endless horizons.
and a lifestyle that's been calling our names.
Welcome back to SideQuest Society. What is up, guys? How are you doing on this Saturday afternoon?
What it do and welcome back. We got something a little bit different for you tonight.
Oh yeah, definitely. We only found it fitting because one, it has consumed our entire life this week. And two, we are floating on the river as you are listening to this again. Second trip of the year.
Whoop whoop.
Yep. So we just thought it was fitting, kind of tied our whole week together. And that would be van life or overlanding
Eh,
or
Vehicle dwellers.
yeah, we thought it was only fitting. It's it's been a week, I will say that, and I was just tired of everything I was watching. So I don't know, I saw her, something told me to click it, and it was the channel Roaming Reckless with Rhea and Tazzy, and I have been obsessed. I have watched nothing but it all day, every day for the last week, and it has been something that we've bounced around a few times here and there, but I've always
We talked about like off the grid living and
yeah,
things of that nature before.
and I've always been hesitant for one reason or another, but I don't know, just something this time was like, okay, fine, let's start this. And I don't know, we just this week we just accidentally spent the entire week just watching everything.
Yeah, we the main focus was the roaming reckless
Yeah.
channel. And I've deep dived into what people are calling vehicle dwellers, camp life, not camp life, a van life.
Camp life.
Yeah, I've seen all these custom builds and all these things. And it's a very fascinating thing. It's a
Yeah.
it's a unique culture.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot there. So we thought that it kind of tied in with what we were already doing here.
Yeah,
So
it's just something that the van life in general, just something about it. I don't know.
nomadic, not just
Yeah.
van life,
Yeah,
just
no,
nomadic
just
life in
you
general.
know, we live in this great country and most of us never see past our little hometown or our state or
Yeah.
so like there's vast amounts of things to be seen out there, and I'm tired of waiting for the right time or when we have money, and because that's just here
Nope.
we are, we're in our late 30s, early 40s, and
If we wait for the right time's never gonna come. And
yeah.
most
Like
of us have never even seen like the vast majority of our federal state parks and like
yeah,
wildlife preservations or anything in our own state. We don't really travel. We're too beat down by going
everyday
to
life,
work
yeah.
and the payments that we got and trying to
Yeah.
provide for our families.
I know that's what attracted it to me, is just deciding, I'm tired of here. Let's go see somewhere new, and waking up on the beach or waking up in the mountains and stuff like that. I'm just tired of waiting for the right time because life's too short to be waiting for the right time. It may never come if you do that, and that's definitely what attracted me to everything. And
Like I said earlier, we're paying for the country. Might as well see some of
right,
it.
what do you say like most shocked you about, like, we've always like dabbled into it, we've never like nosedive deep into it, we've never watched things on it, we've never done, so like with the amount of what we've watched the last week, like what has shocked you about van life or overroading or
Some of the biggest things that really surprised me is just the abundance of it nowadays.
yeah,
Like I knew it was probably a popular thing when you have influencers that are doing and
yeah,
they have such large followings. I'm sorry, I got something in my eye. I know this does not translate well on camera. But yeah, I was really surprised by the amount of people that are out there doing it. And then you come to find out that, people's situations with housing cost
mhm,
and just cost of living in general has gotten
yeah,
too much and debt consume them, and now they have no choice but to live out of their vehicles and stuff and live on you know um BLM lands, as they call it, where it's just like publicly maintained lands,
yeah,
or well, they're like federally maintained but like we have public access to them.
mhm,
Yeah. um That's one of the biggest things that stuck out to me. Initially, the thing that drew me to it was, like I said, watching the customizations.
Oh yeah,
Like
most definitely.
that was a thing that drew me to it, and then I just wanted to learn more about it. And you see some of the people's stories, and some people have sad stories.
Yeah,
Some people are just, kind of like in the same notion that you kind of talked about. Like, we're just kind of fed up with it, and we want to see something. We want to experience life.
yeah. Speaking of the customizations on all these things you've been watching, what kind of rig would you have or want?
Yeah, I mean, just from what we were talking about and what we've looked at throughout the week, like I think I would probably go with like a box truck or something like
A
that,
box
so
truck.
I could have like an apartment on wheels.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's. I mean, some of those smaller ones were even nice too, just the way they were laid out, like the whole like inside of the cabin's like either like a tree house or a log cabin or stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like there was still, it was small, but it was still like I feel like
The
doable.
transit vans were
Yeah,
nice and amazing. They could do a lot of stuff, but in the long run, if you're saying like my ultimate build or something, yeah.
yeah.
But you can't go like off roading
No,
with a
yeah,
box truck.
no. That's the only drawback to having a bigger
Yeah.
vehicle is like you really can't do the off roading of it all. But
There's a lot more of
yeah,
the public lands that you can't really get to.
you would at that point I think have to have like two separate rigs, like a more luxury one if you're just wanting to go from campsite to campsite or whatever and just camp. But if you want to go like off roading and see some of the like deep parts of the country, yeah, I think an off road rig is definitely needed.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so let's
Yeah,
get into some of the.
we've nerded out enough
You
already.
could go all night on just that. So let's ask some, the questions that have popped up, over the last couple of days of the whole living in your vehicle, traveling the country type thing, and is why does society seem to be so uncomfy with people who choose not to live, you know, traditionally?
Right, and we see this with anything that's outside of the norm. It's not just this isolated case. Like people who choose to dress in a certain way and wear certain types of makeups and stuff like that. Goth kids, emo kids,
Yeah.
whatever you may call them nowadays. Back in my day, we were called freaks and goths. But anybody that lives outside of the norm, and then in the earlier 2000s or like in like the 20 teens, you had an influx of like off the grid livers, and you
Yeah.
saw a lot of that and like homesteading and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So all those things always appealed to me as well. Um, I definitely think that it's something in the human nature that some of us just realize like we're not built for this type of living that we're
Yeah.
living.
That's definitely how I feel like I've for the most part I guess I could say that I've been very nomadic, especially in my earlier years. I would bounce around with living with roommates or living with this person or
Yeah,
living with
stay
that.
here for a little while,
Yeah,
go
so
there
I
for a little
did
while.
like bounce around. I don't want to say a good bit, but like I didn't have I never stuck somewhere long. And so I got with you, and then yeah, we stayed in places. But I feel like I've always had like this urge to get up and move. I want a new house. I want a new this. I want to new that. But like I feel
I
like
call BS on that. I've tried for 16 years to get you to move out of this state.
no, that was out of the state. But I've always had an urge to move, but just I don't know. There's something always holding me here, and I don't know what that is. But I've always had the urge to move, explore, but
Yeah.
there was just something holding me here.
I've always wanted to travel. I got to do a little bit of traveling in my later teen years. Like I've went to Alaska, I've been to Maine, been to the Keys.
Yeah,
I've went to like Texas, Louisiana, and stuff like that for different events and whatnot. So I've got to see a little bit of stuff, but really since my 20s, I haven't gone anywhere.
yeah,
We went to like Virginia to go be with your sister after she had the baby. Like we haven't really done any real traveling. We will
not
go to
together.
like,
No, yeah,
yeah, we'll do like a couple of small things like an hour away in our state.
yeah. I don't know, but you were showing me stuff today about how there seems to be a lot of crackdown from whoever out there on vehicle dwelling. Why do you think that is?
So my initial thought is definitely like it's an overstep of like government and police states trying to regulate stuff. Um, Again, like we alluded to earlier, the housing markets are crazy. Or like the prices of property are unattainable for
Mhm.
so many people depending on where you live. Like it's just so hard, and people are having it so rough that the only asset they have left is their vehicle.
Yeah.
And so they're trying to hustle. They're out here doing whatever they can. If that means they got to live in it to save a little bit of money, that's what they're doing. And different municipalities don't like that. And so they're trying to crack down on it. I could spiral out all day, and there's theories
Yeah,
about
but like,
how they're trying to make being homeless illegal and all that. But
okay, let's look at the possible like practical reasons. Like, are there? Do you think there's are concerns about like trash and safety and crime and parking shortages? Like, I've heard a lot of that. Like parking shortages. Like, how is there a shortage on parking? Because most of these people aren't parking in like cities and stuff. They're like out in nature and whatnot. So how is there parking shortages and why is that an issue?
I think the vast majority of like what we have watched, we see more of that. I can see where certain places just so like I think everyone's kind of guilty of watching repos and tows and
Hmm.
stuff like that. There's a particular tow company that is very popular. They're up in Pigeon Forge.
Hmm.
Like they're all over TikTok. Everyone's always stealing their stuff and repurposing it. But so like there's limited parking.
Yeah.
So these parking spots are for like people that work there and stuff like that. So I see where parking could be an issue in certain areas. Yes.
But again, like in Pigeon Forge, you go just a little bit outside of the city, and there's national shit where you can
Right. But
park.
you're gonna have lazy people
Yeah,
and
I mean, I
stuff like
guess
that in
so.
every culture. So some people are going to do things they should, and they're gonna ruin it for everybody else.
Yeah, human nature in it. I mean, I guess I could see like with the crime because you could have people serial this, serial that.
Yeah, sex offenders and
Yeah,
stuff running from town to town.
yeah. But again, they're supposed to. I mean, I don't
Yeah, they're
know.
supposed to have a registry and all that, but they
Yeah,
only have to check in like once a month, and they have to like maintain a physical
but
address.
don't they
Like,
have to have permission to travel?
yeah, but what's that stopping
I mean, I
them? They're
guess.
criminals. They don't care.
I guess.
Just
Yeah.
like some of these people that we were talking about that are living these lives, they're not the best.
I mean, yeah.
They're not carrying insurance. They don't
No.
have proper licensing. They live by the Black's Law book of like sovereign citizens, if you will. I'm
Yeah.
not saying all of them are, but there are
Yeah.
a select few that treat it like that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, but still, I don't think it should be illegal or whatnot. I
No,
definitely don't think traveling should be.
we have a constitutional right to travel.
Yeah, and we're gonna need to sleep if we're traveling the
Yep.
country. We don't live in a small country. Like,
If I maintain a physical address somewhere to keep my driver's license and I have my license, because so state are allowed to require you to have driver's
yeah,
licenses and insurance to drive on their roads.
yeah,
Fair enough. Okay. They're maintaining the roads. We agree to that policy. So if we were to get involved in this life, we would make sure that
yeah,
we were valid. We
yeah.
respected all the rules to a certain extent.
Oh yeah. I mean, I guess you could also see it. Those are just practical reasons and whatnot, but you could look at it from an economical point. Like, the economy is built around people having property taxes and having mortgages and rent and stuff like that. So I could see like that being a big thing. Like if the more people don't have houses to rent or pay mortgages on, there's a lot of money that's not coming in. But again, that shouldn't be a fucking case. Like, sorry, like if
She's
I don't
passionate about
if I
that.
don't want to live in a house, if I want to travel the world, then what is that? What? How is it fair for you to tell me that I can't because I have to sleep in my car as I travel? Like,
Right. And that is a big argument. Like we have the
everybody okay out there? Sorry.
we have the right to freedom. We have the right to travel. Like, who are we to say how someone else lives? That's not fair for any of us to have that kind of right. I understand again, like you're saying with the deficits or whatever. Find a
Yeah.
way to tax it or whatever, like you do everything else.
Yeah. I mean, but then they're gonna make it so just
I
like
know.
everything.
Yeah, they're gonna ruin it just
I
like
don't think
everything
I
else.
don't think they need to have any control over
No,
it.
they shouldn't. They shouldn't. But unfortunately, they do. And
But that's not right.
but yeah, so why is it? Why should they have the right to determine whether people should
They don't.
have the ability or should have the ability to live nomadically?
I think it's because everybody's just so brainwashed by everything, even the ones higher up. Like, everybody's expected to go to school, freaking get a, you know,
You
a
gotta
house, and,
Yeah, you got to follow these
yeah,
blueprints, and this is
get a
how you're going to
job.
be successful, and this is how you're going to be happy, and this is what society expects of you. Well, what if we don't all fit into that cookie cutter box and we don't want to do that?
No, I don't think it's.
And then I think a lot of the harsh criticism and the way people treat people that are different and go against the system is one because they're afraid. They see it. They're at home watching it
Yeah,
and they're intrigued by it and they're like, "Oh, I wish I could do
yeah,
that. I wish," and blah blah blah. And so they're not brave enough to try it.
yeah.
So
I mean, I think that was a lot of
they just hate on that person and oh,
my
they're
thing.
stupid.
Well, I never hated on anybody. I've always just, admired, like, I wish that's something I could do, but we don't have the money for this and we don't have the money for that. But at the end of the day, you can't live your life like that
Yeah.
if that is the lifestyle you want, because at some point there is not going to be a right time for it. You're just going to have to
Yeah.
jump.
Yeah, if you wait around for a right time in any situation, the right time to marry the girl, the right time to get the new job, the right time for this or that, you're never gonna get it.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's not promised.
No. Because, like,
Like,
I see it now, like, we're not going to have kids. So why stick around like I am and
yeah,
do something else that makes me happy?
we're still aunts and uncles and godparents, and we'll still maintain it and be parts of their lives and all
Yeah.
like that. But yeah, who's to say if we wanted to hit the road for 90 days or 100 days
Hmm.
and go around and see some stuff? To see some national landmarks. Want to go? Yeah, I want to see the Rockies before I die. It's been a mission ever since I was a
Yeah.
little kid. I want to see the Rockies. I've always wanted to see the desert.
Yeah. A lot of things out there to see.
Some of the people that I look up to for inspiration, and some of the people that I find of high intelligence, and again, like I hold on a pedestal, basically, is what I could say.
Yeah.
Some of their most famous quotes include travel,
Yeah.
move around, see things, experience, put yourself in that awkward position, do something that scares you, like all these things.
Yeah.
So why am I not listening to that advice?
Yeah. Food and travel seems to be the key to happiness.
Yeah,
But you could look at people sitting there and thinking, like, yeah, that's a nice dream to have. But the reality of it and what these channels aren't showing you, or is like finding bathrooms and laundry and you're out in the heat, you're out in the cold.
yeah,
Oh my God,
breakdowns.
you're gonna end up with so many repairs. What about the internet? And at the end of the day, how are you gonna store all the things that you need to survive out there? And I think that's one of the main reasons why I liked Ria's videos on Roman Reckless, because she doesn't hide the not so glamorous side of it. Yes, there's beautiful views and breathtaking landscapes and whatnot, but at the end of the day, it is breakdowns. It is you getting stuck and needing help. It is you not having heat and you're stuck in a snowstorm and being
Yeah,
cold. And
random
yes,
weather popping up out of nowhere.
yeah, and you're shoved in into close quarters, and you have to limit what you carry. But at the end of the day, you're waking up on a riverside mountain, or
Yeah, yeah,
the
you're
beaches,
literally
and
in the clouds, like
yeah, you're in the desert. You're
yeah,
seeing. At the end of the day, life's too short to worry about all the small things like bathrooms and laundry.
right. If you try to break any scenario down like that in life, you're always gonna find the reasons why you shouldn't do it, and that's why most people never try to do anything. They never chase a dream or a goal
Yeah,
because they're like, oh well, what if this? We've been homeowners for 6 years now.
yeah.
We've had several issues.
Oh yeah.
Um, those issues are not cheap. They're
Oh
not they're not
no,
easy repairs either.
no.
And insurance does not always help like they say they're going to, and
Yeah,
there's all
and when
kinds of
you
issues
buy
like
the
that.
extended warranties.
Yeah. We can go about that all day. But so that theory applies to everything in
Yeah,
life. So if you're going to let that hold you back and you're going to let that, scare you or whatever, then you're never gonna do nothing in life.
Yeah,
We would never make this channel asking tough questions and telling people to question things
yeah,
if we were afraid of what if.
yeah. What if the life sucker? And people will bring up, well, what are you going to do for money out there? How are you going to work? You can't be on the road and have a full-time job. And, yeah, no, not at first. I'm not saying we're going to drop everything tonight and pack
Yeah,
up the vehicle
we don't have
tomorrow
it
and
all.
head
Yeah, we don't
out.
have it all planned out right now.
No, yeah, there are things you need, but as we were looking things up, there are plenty of ways out there to make money. There are apps out there that you can sign up to get day shifts for certain jobs, and if you're going to be staying in a location for a while, you could sign up. The app that I ended up downloading to look at it was InstaWorks, and like you can do like there's like long-term job offers, so like you could agree to like a week or two or longer of
Right.
shifts. So like there is ways to make job or money that way. Like
Yeah.
we were talking, there are
There's all kind of like delivery, like
yeah,
third party delivery stuff. There's like merchandising jobs. You can be
mm,
like in store ambassadors. There's different things that you could do, remote
yep,
jobs, like different types of content. Like I'm working on writing, and I've always been inspired to try to make music. So
yep,
like, who knows? Like you spend time doing that, there's profitable with that. Me and you are both
yeah,
photographers, so we're gonna have the drone footage that you can sell. We're gonna have these amazing sunrise. We're gonna have all this different footage that we can
yeah,
possibly make money off of. Like,
absolutely,
so for all the things that, oh well, this could happen, yeah, but this could happen too.
yeah. You never know until you try, and you miss 100% of the shots you never take. So at the end of the day, if content creation of this life doesn't take off, it's still I have the memories of us doing it, and
Yeah, I
it's an online junk journal, an online diary, and an online this or that. It's always there. I can always go back and watch these videos of this. So what if it doesn't take off? But what if it does? What if there's the possibility of you finding like-minded people who like to watch you, and you make these friends online, and you get these sponsorships that pay you or give you life-saving devices that aren't cheap. They give you them to try to just sell to people. So what? At the end of the day, you ha- you have a little bit of corporate money coming your way. So what? I'm seeing the freaking world.
like you were talking about like uh the the connections and meeting
Yeah,
people in the communities, man. We've been doing social media and like internet stuff for about like 2 years, maybe a
yeah.
little bit more than that now. And like I've been a part of like several different communities. I'm
Oh yeah,
so grateful. I've met some people. We've exchanged stuff via mail. We message each other. We've got each other's personal numbers.
yeah,
Like we talk, and we've never met. And I consider some of these people like brothers to me. And that's an amazing part, being part of a community. And like that's what drives people to like religions and like
yeah,
different like sports groups and stuff like that, because you're with like-minded people.
yeah. We
And
skipped a question earlier. It's like what draws people to the nomadic lifestyle, and I think it's just the genuine connection to another human being that enjoys
it's
something that you do. It's
that
something that,
search for freedom, really.
yeah,
They all have that in common. They all want to be free, and they want to experience life on their terms.
yeah. I definitely think
And you
that,
have to admire that at the end of the day,
yeah,
even if you think they're crazy kooks for living in a van and whatnot. You have to admire that.
yeah.
It's not easy.
No, it's definitely not easy.
We are trained to do the exact opposite of what these people are doing,
Yeah,
and you got to step outside of your comfort zone, and you got to question: is this a sustainable or a fruitful life for me? And
yeah.
a lot of people aren't made for that.
And
Some
which is
people
totally fine.
are just meant to be doctors and lawyers and all that kind of stuff because, hey, little Timmy is growing up to be a doctor. Everyone celebrates and stuff. When you tell someone, oh, like I do remote IT work and I produce music and I live in a van and I travel the world,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, you're a weirdo. Like you're crazy.
I
Like
don't
don't
understand.
come to the family functions
I don't
anymore.
understand why people are so uncomfortable with it. It blows my mind. Like, so what?
Next thing you're gonna start talking about flat Earth.
So what? I don't care what you believe. Why do you care what I believe? So I
Yeah,
still love you at the end of the day. So what does it
yeah.
matter?
I
Like
don't I don't have to agree with you to get along with you and like
no,
you and be friends with you.
no. It's so stupid to me. Like
Oh, sorry.
at the end of the day, like I
Cheers,
said,
guys.
yeah, we're at this point not having kids, but I did. I don't know. I want to experience life. Like I have nothing. I
Yeah.
have nothing tying me here really. I
We
mean, yes, like I said, like you said, we have nieces and nephews. I have family. We have a goddaughter. But I'm not saying I'm going away and never coming back. I'm saying I'm just with my time. Why can't I go
oh
experience the world?
yeah, we're not saying living on the road full time.
No.
We go out 3 4 months, 6 months at a time, whatever.
Yeah.
But we've always been attracted to nature as too.
Oh
Both
yeah.
of us. I do 90% of my yard work bare feet. I'm 40 years old, and we live
Yeah.
out in the middle of a forest.
Yeah.
Like I like being grounded. I like being in touch with nature. I like experiencing that. I like catching my food and eating it and being thankful and grateful to it. Like honoring and respecting. Like there's one thing is we don't give the earth, the planet that we live on, no matter what shape it is. We don't give it enough respect. Like
No.
we treat it like trash, and it's terrible.
Yeah. I showed you a video the other day. Is what if people treated nature the way they treated a god they've never seen?
I mean, nature's right here. It ain't going. Well, I mean, it's going somewhere. We're slowly killing it off and
Yeah.
mutating it and doing all kinds of stuff. But I mean, it's right out there, man. You need to touch some nature and be in
Yeah.
nature every
I
once in a while.
touched
Go
some
take
grass.
yeah, take your shoes and your socks off. Squish your toes in some dirt. And
Yeah.
just ground out and just enjoy. Just sit back and listen. Let the birds chirp.
Yeah. Go and soak up the vitamin D if that's
Yeah,
what you're getting from the sun that's out there. But
yeah. Artificial sun.
still just get some of the sun on your face, but be careful. Don't look straight at
Yeah.
it.
Please do not look at the sun. Close your eyes.
Wear some sunglasses.
But
Protect your skin.
yeah,
But
we've wanted to travel, and we think it's a pretty cool thing. So we're gonna start doing like some camping. We have a van that we're gonna start
yeah,
doing some little customizations to. We're gonna start doing little 3 or 4 day camping trips around here where we stay.
yeah. I'm gonna
See what it's like.
try and find some mobile equipment. So maybe in a couple of months there'll be some Side Quest Society podcast out in the middle of the woods.
Yeah, so we have always kind of wanted to do ghost
Oh
hunting.
yeah.
She never wants to do anything
In the
where we live.
no, why would I? I
And
don't
so
want nothing
we
here.
like you've known from past episodes, we used to live in a haunted house,
Yeah,
very actively haunted. She would never do it. So now, like if we're on the road, we can definitely do some ghost hunting, do some
yeah,
different things, some investigations of our own.
yeah. Visit some haunted places, some
Mm.
haunted cemeteries and whatevers
Yeah,
out there.
campfire ghost
Yeah,
stories.
do some podcasts around the campfire or in said location that has activity or whatnot. Or it's not even got to be paranormal. It could be cryptid sightings. It could be
Yeah, we can do some UFO watching.
yeah, definitely. I definitely think those would be very cool.
So
Ooh,
hopefully you guys don't think that we're crazy van people now.
we're
But
just
if you're watching this, you probably know that we're already crazy and we question everything
yeah, exactly. What we want to add. We want to get mobile with it.
and get mobile. Yeah, start a pirate radio
Oh,
podcast.
right. Oh
Oh
boy.
man. But no, there are lots of different people that live this lifestyle for different reasons.
Yeah.
I am finding out, like I said earlier, that because of pricing and just the way it's so expensive.
Yeah.
So why not? And then you have these single people and everything. I saw a fellow scrolling the other night on TikTok. This fella is like on one of those. Like you show me the lady that's going to Hawaii. She's rowing to
Oh
Hawaii.
yeah. Hmm.
So you show me that, and then a couple days later, this guy shows up. He's got kind of a similar rig. I didn't stay in his live long enough to find out where he was headed, but it was like 2 in the clock morning our time.
2 in the clock morning.
It was like 2 a.m. here,
Hmm.
and it was like bright daylight there. So I don't know where exactly he was, but he had an American accent, and yeah, he just lives on that boat. Like he gets to see travel wherever he wants to do. Like and people that live on boats, people think that they're weird too.
But then they don't have like a permanent home, which I don't understand why we have to have a permanent home. Why?
Yeah, it's like yeah, like we were talking, it's like programming and like
No.
we were born into this system where like you got to do this and this and this and that's how you're going to be successful and you got to follow this blueprint. Why are your jeans so big and why do you have so much black on? We don't like
It's stupid.
you.
I don't know why we can't just all be who we are. The world would be a very dull place
Yeah.
if we were all the same.
Yeah.
And I don't
I agree.
understand why everybody is so insistent on everybody being the same and believing the same things and having the same this and having the same that and little boxes on the hillside. Like, no.
Oh, that was a good callback.
Like,
Weeds is a great
oh,
show
yeah.
if you've never seen that before. That was the theme title track. Yeah.
Yeah. The title track or whatever.
Yeah.
The music in the beginning of the soap.
Yeah, that. So have you guys at home, have you guys ever thought of living like homesteading, off the gridding, or being nomadic even?
Yeah.
Or there's even I've seen a rise in elderly people that like live on cruise ships.
Yeah, I mean, I'd do it too if I had the money. I like being on our cruise. I know
Yeah.
you didn't really care for it, but I liked it.
Yeah, I'd like a little bit more time. When they take you to that private island, there's usually
Yeah,
nothing
Princess
really
Case
to
was.
do
I
there.
mean, it was
Like,
nice. It was pretty, but we didn't buy any of the excursions, so we were just like walking
yeah.
up and down the beach, getting in the water, waiting for lunch,
Yeah,
pretty
what could I
much.
do? Swim with pigs? Wow.
No, that wasn't there. That was the
Oh,
Exuma Beach in the Bahamas. Princess Case had, um, I think maybe possibly snorkeling and the stingrays.
oh yeah, stingrays.
Yeah, that's what they had. But
Yeah, I mean, I would consider that like kind of nomadic as well.
oh
They
yeah,
don't have a permanent residence really.
yeah. Why? Why not? We park. Like I said, we park our rig
Right.
at wherever we getting on the ship at. We go cruise the
And
seas for a little bit, come back.
that's why they're trying to crack down on it, man. Too many people are like, hey, this is a good idea.
Right?
I mean, I hate to say it because like we're doing like podcasts, we do social media and stuff. Um, but like when there's an influx in influencers that start getting like the millions of viewers
Yeah,
and subscribers and stuff, it tends to spoil whatever
yeah,
that thing is. So you get influencers that are getting famous off doing this, and then they start cracking down because people are like, "Oh, I could live my life like this."
yeah. Sucks. We should be
Yeah,
able to do whatever we want with our lives. If I don't want to live in a house for the rest of my life, it's none of your concern.
yeah. Just
I
like
pay my taxes.
when the tiny houses started becoming
Yeah.
a thing, they started trying to outlaw
Oh,
those
and
and
the
all that.
barndominiums.
Yeah. And then people thought at first people were like, "Oh, you're weird." And like that's strange. I could never. And then they're like, "Oh, this is pretty cheap. Like I could probably live that
Yeah.
and everything." And then now they're trying to crack down and like I know around here like the restrictions on tiny homes are ridiculous. Like
Yeah.
code enforcement is is after those things. They do not want you to live in that.
So annoying. All right, guys. Well, I want y'all to like this video if you've ever had the wild idea of just packing everything up and running away. Share this out to your like-minded individuals. And my ending question for you guys tonight, and you can give your answer to, is if money wasn't a factor, would you still choose a traditional home, or would you rather wake up somewhere new every morning?
I'll let you go ahead and answer first.
I'd rather wake up on the beach this week and the mountains the next week.
If money was not a factor, I don't care about having a house or anything like that.
No.
I want to do a tour just about everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't like flying for long periods of time, but we figure it out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go see all of Asia.
Yeah. Most definitely.
I want to see like most of Europe.
Yeah.
Uh,
I gotta go see Scotland,
yeah,
New Zealand,
I gotta go to
Greece.
all the Nordic
Oh
places,
yeah.
Finland, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much everything. I just want to see everything.
I just want to see the world, no matter
Well,
what shape it is.
I even want to go to the ice wall. Let me see what's on that thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one. A lot of weird things seem to be happening if you go and try and visit that place. So
Yeah,
I think
Antarctica. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and give a little moment of silence for Mr. Oliver Tree. I didn't know much about Oliver Tree before his passing. I dug into him, and he seemed like a very special and very unique person. So I'm glad that we had the time with him, and his music is left behind in his legacy. He's a pretty awesome dude.
yeah. even
Very
if I didn't know
creative
who he
soul.
was at first.
Yeah, very creative soul.
You had to tell me what song he was for me to know who he was. I was like, oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
I know who you talk about now. But anyway, answer to the question, drop it down in the comments below and give us a subscribe.
Subscribe.
Hit that subscribe button if you enjoy what we're doing, and let us know that you love us and you want us to continue
Yeah.
doing what we're doing.
Answer all the questions. Just drop us any kind of likes or drop us any kind of comments.
Yeah, any kind of likes, any kind of
Yeah.
comments. And remember, question everything, and we shall see you next week, guys. We'll probably be all toasty red because I'm pretty sure it's going to be a hot one on Saturday. So we'll probably
Yeah.
be a little lobstery when we go
Paddle
back.
boarding.
Yeah, yep. Now we're up to 4 paddle boarders now, guys. Oh
Yeah.
no, we're not going to be floaters anymore.
Yeah.
We're going to be paddlers.
We used to be bitches be floating. Now we're bitches be paddling. So we love you guys. Stay safe out there. Stay cool.
Remember,
Catch you next week.
question everything. See ya.
I don't know why I blew a kiss at you. That was weird.